He didn't sing, dance, or act, yet he won over 50 Oscars. Who was he? You'll find out when one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac 6000 STE in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you very much and welcome to our program. I like those little questions at the beginning. It gives you a few seconds to think about the answer. Of course, there's no prizes at home, but just see how smart you are. Now, who won over 50 Oscars? Walt Disney. And they call that a Mickey Mouse outfit? No, I'll tell you, 50 Oscars, and they certainly deserved each one of them, what they brought to our entertainment. This is Split Second. Our contestants compete to win cash and a beautiful new car, and we're going to meet our contestants. Sandy Hoyt.
Okay, Monty, first we have our returning champion, the lady who hasn't had enough of teaching English to foreign students, Claudette Hart. Next, a man who's finding a little more time to return to the rock guitar playing of his younger days, John Cassidy. And on your right, a lady who loves and collects elephants, figurines, that is. Meet Jennifer Owen Williams.
Claudette, you're our returning champion. You won once, and this will be your attempt at a second win today. And we found out that you teach English to foreign students, and I'd like to ask you, which of the group of foreign students find it the toughest to learn English, and which find it the easiest to learn English?
The toughest would have to be students or Arabic speakers, because they have to start right from scratch.
Whereas the others have a root base, is that it?
Exactly. They have the same alphabet to start with, at least. Romance languages are probably the easiest. People who speak the Romance languages.
Well, I'd like to speak a Romance language to you, but there are people watching, Claudette, and we'll have to move along here to John. John, what is this about going back to playing guitar and rock music?
Well, in my spare time after work, I try to play as much as I can. However, having children at home, it's a little bit difficult. Somebody's always tired or they have a headache.
It used to be the same thing with me when I used to sing around the house, and I was a professional singer. My kids always had a way of saying, "Dad, please, Dad." You know, they never appreciate you, do they?
That's right.
Yeah, but wait till you get to be another famous rock star again. Then they'll know who Dad is. Jennifer, we'll talk to you later on the program before the second round. And we go into our first round of Split Second. Here's the way we play our game. As you know, there are three answers to each question, but I want only one answer from each of you. If all three of you give me correct answers, worth $10 each. If two of you give me a correct answer, it's $25. But if only one of you comes up with an answer, it's worth $50 to that person. Now, if you're ready, get your hands ready on your buttons to buzz in. We take a look at the front of your screen, see who is first, second, or third to answer the question. But don't buzz until the complete question is on the screen, or you'll suffer from a lockout device. Here we go with our first question. The 1986 World Series was full of surprises and excitement. Let's see what you remember about it. Here are three questions about the series. Pick one and answer the question. Which league won the series? How many games were played? Name of the stadium the last game was played in. John.
The league that won the series is the National League.
Yes, the National League, and it was the Mets who won. Jennifer, in how many games did they win? Or name the stadium.
Games that were played, 7.
7 is correct. Claudette, what stadium did they play the last game in?
The one in Los Angeles?
No, it was not. It was in New York. It was the Shea Stadium. And Los Angeles didn't even get close to the World Series, unfortunately, this year. So John and Jennifer, you each score and get $25 each. Let's turn to daytime soap operas. They've been on television since 1946. I'll give you part of the title of 3 long-running soap operas. Pick one and complete the title. Look at the screen. Can you complete these? I think this should be easy. Claudette.
The Edge of Night?
Right. Jennifer?
The Young and the Restless.
Yes, and John?
Search for Tomorrow.
All three of you know your soap operas. All three of you get $10. I'm going to give you facts about 3 different animals used in major advertising campaigns. Pick a fact, name the animal. Look at the screen. There is the Forest Service Smoky, there's the Qantas marsupial, and there's Borden's Elsie. Jennifer?
The Qantas marsupial is a koala bear.
A koala bear, correct. John?
Borden's Elsie is a cow.
Right. And Claudette?
And Smokey's a bear.
Smokey the bear, that's right. All three of you, correct. $10 apiece. A number of American Indian ladies have become famous in our history books, literature, and the entertainment pages as well. I'll name the fellows that the 3 Indian ladies married, and you name the lovely ladies. Here they are. First of all, there is who was the wife of Hiawatha, who was the wife of John Rolfe, and who's the ex-wife of Sonny Bono? Jennifer.
The wife of Hiawatha was Minnehaha.
Why are you laughing at me, Jennifer? Minnie, ha ha ha, you do. John.
Ex-wife of Sonny Bono is Cher.
That's right. A little bit of Indian, but an awful lot of lady there. Okay, Claudette.
And I knew the other
Wife
two.
of John Rolfe was Pocahontas. Pocahontas. So John and Jennifer scored $25 apiece. Let's look at the score. John and Jennifer with 70, our champion with 20. If you've ever played music, you learned Italian because the words that describe your tempo are Italian. Here are 3 of those Italian musical terms. Pick one and tell me if it means the tempo should be fast, slow, or moderate. Look at the screen. Adagio, andante, and presto. John.
Presto means fast.
Presto means fast. Jennifer?
Andante means moderate.
That's good. Claudette?
And adagio means slow.
Yes, couldn't fool any of you. All 3 of you right. All 3 of you get $10. Now let's see how you do on current events. I'm going to show you 3 major headlines of recent years with one word missing. You fill in the missing word. Look at the screen. There's a date, and there's something that happened on that date. You have to fill in the missing word. Claudette?
Argentine troops invade the Falklands.
That is right. Jennifer?
U.S. troops invade Grenada.
That is right. John?
Soviet troops invade Afghanistan.
Now you are 3 smart people, and you get $10 apiece. If you bought something with one of the following brand names on it for your hobby, what would your hobby most likely be? Look at the screen. If you bought a Burpee, a Butterick, and a Betty Crocker, Claudette?
Butterick is a sewing.
That's a sewing. It makes patterns from it. Yes, John?
Burpee is planting vegetables.
Gardening, right. Jennifer? Betty Crocker?
Baking.
Yes, cooking, eating, cookbooks. 3 of you get $10 each. No one can really run away with this game. It isn't very often that generals and admirals die in the heat of battle, but here are facts about military leaders who, as the saying goes, died with their boots on. Select your facts and name the military leader. Look at the screen. There's the general at the Battle of Little Bighorn, there's the admiral aboard the Victory, and the one who was killed in the siege of Khartoum. John?
Killed in Khartoum was Gordon.
That's right, General Charles Gordon. He was called Chinese Gordon. Jennifer?
The general at Little Bighorn was Custer.
That's right. Was that his last stand? Yes, I guess so. Claudette?
Gosh, I don't know.
Well, the admiral aboard the HMS Victory was Lord Horatio Nelson. Famous Horatio Nelson. John and Jennifer get $25 each. Look at the score at the end of the first round. John and Jennifer tied. Claudette in 3rd place. We'll be back and double the stakes in round 2. We have talked to Claudette and John, and now we'll have a few words with Jennifer, who collects elephants. It's a very interesting hobby. I know several people collect elephants. How long have you been doing it?
For about 15 years.
How many would you have in your collection?
90, if I don't count one of my elephant families as individual elephants. If I count them as a family, then I have 90.
How many in the family?
4.
Oh, so you have 94 or 93.
90.
It's a very interesting. My sister-in-law collects turtles. Everywhere in her den, you see turtles. Do you know? Are there any other things that people collect that you can think of offhand? I know Jerry Lewis collects clown pictures, and people are famous for certain things that they collect. I like little things with George Washington's picture on it. It's called money. It's a good It's a good collector's item.
Yes.
Jennifer, thank you for being here, and John and Claudette. We're going to go into round 2, and this time everything's the same except we double the price. Every time 3 of you are right, $20 each. 2 of you right, $50 each. If only one of you answers a question, that's a big $100. It can make a big difference in the game. You're not only playing for money, but that advantage in the countdown round, the round that decides who goes for the car. Are you ready to go with round 2? Here we go. Music is the category. This should be good for you, John. The Police have been said to be rock's most arresting group. I like that play on words. Most arresting group since they broke into the top 10 charts in 1981. Here are part of the titles of 3 of their biggest hit singles. Pick one and complete it. Look at the screen. Every Breath, Don't Stand So, Wrapped Around, Claudette.
Every breath you take.
Good, John.
Don't stand so close to me.
That's right, Jennifer. Wrapped
around my love.
No, wrapped around your finger. And it was a pretty good guess, but this is not the right answer. Claudette and John get $50 each. And now John has moved into the lead. Soups are not only delicious, they're colorful too. So tell me, what's the traditional color of these soups? Look at the screen. Manhattan clam chowder, New England clam chowder, vichyssoise. And John?
Manhattan clam chowder is red.
That's right, they make it with tomatoes. Claudette?
New England is white.
Yes, because they make it with milk. And Jennifer, vichyssoise is?
White?
Right, being made, I think that's vichyssoise made from potatoes. And all three of you right, all three of you get $20 apiece. And a lot of cream, I may add, too. For hundreds of years, the devout have made pilgrimages to their sacred places of worship. Here are 3 sites sacred to 3 different religions. Pick a site, name the country it's in. Look at the screen. There's the Wailing or the Western Wall. There is Mecca, and there's Santiago de Compostela. And Claudette.
The Wailing Wall is Hebrew, Jewish.
But what country, I said?
Oh, Israel.
Thank you. Jennifer?
Santiago de Compostela is in Spain.
That's right. John?
Mecca is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, you people are sharp. No one can get an advantage here, can they? All 3 right. I'll get 20. In sports, the initials AL means American League. NL means National League. Here are the initials of 3 other major professional sports organizations in the U.S. Pick a set, name the sport that goes with the initials. ABC, NBA, NFL, Claudette.
NFL, National Football League.
That's good. Jennifer.
NBA, National Basketball Association.
That is good. And John?
American Bowling Congress.
Now, you guys are too smart for me. Nobody really can run away from anybody in this show. It's still close. John still has the lead. Gilda Radner and Lily Tomlin have brought to life many familiar comedy characters. I'll give you 3 characters. Pick one and tell me if it's a Radner or Tomlin character. Look at the screen. Emily Latella, Edith Ann, and Susie Sorority. Jennifer?
Edith Ann is Lily Tomlin.
Correct. Claudette?
Susie is Gilda Radner.
No, Susie is Lily Tomlin. And how about Emily?
Emily is Gilda Radner.
Yes, the 2 of you are right. John and Jennifer each get $25, and our champion trails in 3rd place. Each of you got $50 there for being right, and John now has 285, Jennifer 235, Claudette 160. One question could turn it around. We all know that a square has 4 sides. I want you to tell me how many sides each of these figures have. Look at the screen. A pentagon, a cube, and an octagon. Claudette.
Pentagon is 5.
Right, John?
Octagon is 8.
Right, and a cube has?
6.
3 of you right, 3 of you get $20 each. I will give you the names of 3 presidents of the United States who died while in office. I want you to name the vice presidents who succeeded them to the presidency. Look at the screen. Who succeeded Franklin Delano Roosevelt? Who succeeded William McKinley? And who succeeded Abraham Lincoln? John.
Roosevelt is Truman.
Harry Truman succeeded him. Correct. Jennifer? Tough.
Abraham.
Tough. Claudette? Not good for her either. William McKinley was succeeded by Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Johnson. Only one right answer, and that's John. That puts him into a big lead. He gets a whole $100. Here are 3 definitions for 3 legal terms that you don't have to be a lawyer to know. Pick a definition, give me the one-word legal term it defines. Look at the screen. What do they call a supplement to a will? What do they call a written defamation of character? And how about an unlawful beating of another person? John?
Written defamation of a character is libel.
That is right. Jennifer?
A supplement to a will is a codicil.
A codicil is correct. And an unlawful beating of another person, Claudette?
Assault.
Assault would have been half, but it's
Battery?
Battery.
Oh.
That's what it's called. The beating is a battery. I guess the assault is the approach, and the battery is what you did to him. So 2 of you are right, and John and Jennifer each get $50. An after-dinner liqueur is often the finishing touch to a fine dinner. So here are the names of 3 famous liqueurs. Pick one and name the country of its origin. They are Chartreuse, Galliano, and Cherry Herring. And Jennifer?
Chartreuse is France.
France is right. John?
Galliano is Italy.
That's right. And where do we get Cherry Herring?
Sweden.
Close. Denmark. Claudette, John, and Jennifer, $50 each. A number of national magazines make special annual awards that are highly publicized. I'll name the annual award. You name the magazine that makes that award. Look at the screen. Who makes the Man of the Year, the Playmate of the Year, and the Sportsman of the Year? John.
Man of the Year is Time Magazine.
Time Magazine. Jennifer.
Playmate of the Year is Playboy.
That's right. Claudette. Sportsman of the Year?
Sports Illustrated.
Very good. All 3 of you get $20 apiece on that one. Many of us have grown up with comic strips, so I'll name the boss of a comic strip character. You name the famous character who worked for him. Look at the screen. Who worked for Mr. Dithers? Who worked for Perry White? And who worked for Police Chief Pat Patton? John.
Mr. Dithers is Dagwood.
That's right. Dagwood worked for him. Jennifer?
Perry White is Superman.
That's good. Very good. Claudette?
Dick Tracy?
Yes, all three of you know your comic strips and did very well, getting $20 apiece. Well, I must say you're three of the finest contestants we've had in a long time on the show, and very, very well done. At the end of our game, going into the countdown round, John with 545 will have the first advantage, Jennifer with 395 will be in second place, and Claudette at 220 has to make a comeback from behind. We'll be right back to the exciting countdown round. Well, I have a feeling we're going to have a very exciting countdown round because I have three very sharp contestants there. And in the countdown round, we play to determine who goes for the car. The questions are just as before, but with this little difference. This time when you buzz in, you can answer one, two, or all three parts of the question. That enables somebody to come from behind in this horse race. Every time you have a right answer, you count down one. The first to zero will win. Where do you have to count down from? Well, the person who had the most money only has to answer 4 questions. That's John. Jennifer was in second place. She has to answer 5 questions to win. And Claudette, you have to answer 6 before the others do to win. So you have a tougher position to become a 2-day champion. You ready to go? Get set. Mythology has given us some fascinating creatures that are part man and part animal. Here are 3 of those mythological characters. Name the type of animal that makes up part of their bodies. Look at the screen. There is the Minotaur, the Satyr, and the Centaur. And John.
Satyr is a horse.
Part horse, you're right, you may continue.
Minotaur is a dragon.
I'm sorry, it is not right. And Jennifer, you're next.
The Minotaur is a bull.
That's right, and there's one left to go. That's the Satyr.
A goat.
Correct, you get 2 points there, and you're down to 3. John has 3, Jennifer has 3, Claudette still has to answer 6. Famous people, we'll talk about the Russians. In our press, even non-political Russians make the headlines. I'll show you what 3 famous Russians accomplished. You give me their names. Look at the screen. The first man in space, the one who wrote Dr. Zhivago, and she won 3 gold medals as an Olympic gymnast. Jennifer, you need 3 to win. You can do it on this question. Go.
Wrote Dr. Zhivago, Boris Pasternak.
That is correct. Continue.
First man in space, Yuri Gagarin.
One more, and you've got yourself a championship. Who won the 3 gold medals in the Olympics?
3 gold medals in the Olympics.
Oh, I'm sorry you didn't. How about you, John?
Olga Korbut.
Olga Korbut is right. Take a look at the score. Jennifer needs just 1. John needs just 2. Our champion still needs all 6. She's better get in fast here. Ghosts have played their spooky parts in literature. So I want you to name the ghosts I'm going to identify for you. Look at the screen. There's the ghost seen by Macbeth, the ghost of Scrooge's partner, the ghost seen by Hamlet. John, you need 2. Go.
Scrooge's partner is Jacob Marley.
That is right. One more. Oh, he can't get it, but can Jennifer?
The ghost seen by Macbeth is Banquo.
You have got yourself a championship in a very exciting game. And the other one, the ghost seen by Hamlet, was his father. Well, I predicted that this was going to be a close match. I didn't believe that our champion would be shut out at the end, but I knew John and Jennifer were very strong, and they went right down to the wire in a very exciting countdown round. That's what makes the countdown round so great. It's just a horse race back and forth, and all you needed was one more, John, and then you left the door open, and Jennifer came in and slammed it shut on you. A very good game. John, you pick up $545 for your stay. Good luck to you with your rock music, and say hello to your kids. You were a great contestant. Claudette, you won 1 championship and then got shut out today, but you added $220, so you go home with $1,650. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And now, Jennifer, if you'll accompany me, we'll go up and see if you're lucky enough to pick out the right automobile. All right, Jennifer, that's the car you're going for. Let's have Sandy describe it for us.
Well, Monty and Jennifer, that's the elegant Pontiac 6000 STE, featuring a powerful 2.8-liter fuel-injected V6 engine, plus all the other power features that are standard on the Pontiac 6000 STE.
Jennifer, this is your first championship. That means you'll be selecting the car from 5 screens. 1 out of the 5 screens has car. The other 4 have money. You take a guess. If you pick the right screen, you drive the car right out of the studio.
Monty, I'm taking screen number 4.
Is that because of the family of elements? There were 4 elephants in that family?
If you like.
See, I remember, didn't I? Well, let's see what is behind screen number 4. Is it there? The music goes, the fanfare is there. We turn the screen around and it says $1,000. $1,000 to add to your winnings. Where was the car today, Laurie? Laurie walks over. She says it was behind screen number 1 today. We'll turn around and prove it. And there it was. You'll come back on our next program, play again. This time you'll be richer by $1,395. Should you win on our next program, there'll only be 4 screens to choose from. And you look to me like a champion who could keep on winning.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. So we'll see if Jennifer can come back and win another championship on tomorrow's program. Join us on Split Second and see if Jennifer can do it and win that car. Wonderful having you all with us today. Bye-bye, everybody.
Split Second is a Stephen Haydas Monty Hall production.